Millionaires, mount up. Click the link. Check out this powerful testimony by my brother Daniel. Then click the link in the bio. Join up for the Millionaire Maker program today.
How to Become a Millionaire program. Master Teacher 33 Millionaire Maker Program 361 hour. Regular $25,000. Last day. Make payment at www.masterteacher.
Do you know that you have a wealth gene that you need to activate? Once that gene is activated, it attracts wealth. I'll break it down inside the Millionaire Maker program. Once this gene is activated, it gives you this intense confidence in yourself and your attributes. Let's go. Man, check out this testimony by my boy, Brother Daniel.
All right, today I'm going to do a recorded video instead of a live. And I want to talk about magnetization in manifestation. A lot of times we think about manifestation, it's like I'm collapsing waves into particles. I'm causing to come to be, right? But magnetization is I'm drawing things unto me. And sometimes, rather than it being material resources, sometimes it be opportunities that are invaluable, that have the same value as if you were to have the money to pay for something, because you're able to receive something without having the money to pay for it. So it's the exact same thing as if you paid for it. So it's really the exact same thing. If there was something that you wanted and it cost a lot of money, but you couldn't pay for it, and so the money came, now you're able to get that thing. It's the exact same thing if the thing that you desire opens up for you to have it without necessarily having the money.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
At different times in my life that I have honor in my heart for, that all represent different things to me. Here, Carrie, Amun, and the late great Dr. Sebi. Well, this is the knowledge of the human body temple, celestial and earthly, light and shadow. They represent that to me. When I even just see Dr. Sebi's face, instantly I'm reminded of everything about my physical health, everything about my diet. Instantly I'm assessing myself. How am I eating? How am I living right now? Just because of the frequency that I came to know through him. Right here we got one of my bros, big bro, Will Rogers, Master Teacher 33. And so one of the things that I learned from him, the knowledge of the word and the verb, will and word, right? Knowledge and wisdom. And he's also a business coach. So I've learned a lot about business, online platform business through him, taking some courses and classes from him in the past. Value in investing in yourself, in your future, and your plans, you ain't gonna get shit. Who else is gonna invest in you or your plans if you don't invest in it yourself?
Bam!
And want to know how much you actually believe in and value your plan is how much you're willing to sacrifice or risk or put into it.
So my brother's breaking down and talking about all the people that's been very impactful in his life. Let's skip ahead just a little bit as he gets more into the Millionaire Maker program and what he's learned from being a part of the program. This is part one. Let's go over to part two. Do you know that you have a wealth gene that you need to activate? Once that gene is activated, it attracts wealth. I'll break it down inside the Millionaire Maker program. Once this gene is activated, it gives you this intense confidence in yourself and your attributes. Let's go. All right, my high vibrational Cubidons. Y'all ready for part two? Testimony by my boy, my buddy, my brother Daniel David. Let's get it.
There was so many. It's like so many things and so many everything. There's no focus, right? And so what I started realizing more and more, like, it's nice. I honor each and every one of them and all the things I've picked up from them along the way. But damn, I gotta focus. I gotta focus on something. I gotta focus on what do I actually want. All this potential I have and all this potential I am, the wave of the ocean of emotion all around me, the sea of limitless possibilities. What do I want to collapse that into? What do I want to have? And in all honesty, when I look at most of these people that I love and honor, but when I look at their life, because we're all different, we all want different things. When I look at their life or their day-to-day activities or their grind or their situation or their expression or the way they're doing things, most of them ain't for me. Most of them ain't where I want to be. Most of them ain't what I resonate in. It's not making any of their situations good or bad, right or wrong. It's what am I drawn to? What daily activity or lifestyle or regimen or routine am I drawn to when I look at what other people are doing? And which of these people do I see manifesting glory and excellence in all areas of their life?
Bam! That's the key. Manifesting fruit. Let's get back to the video.
People do I see manifesting glory and excellence in all areas of their life? Health, wealth, wisdom, and relationships. And I resonate with my Will Rogers, and I resonate with my bro, Kirby Delanero. Okay, I decided months ago, that's it, I'm tuning out all the voices for 2023. And I'm only focusing on two, because Kirby, Dr. Will has no qualms with telling you he's a loner.
Come on.
He's a loner, okay? Kirby is a very communal guy. And somewhere right there in the middle, there's a balance, and I want to be in that balance, okay? Both of them super prospering in business, excellent marriages and relationships. They know exactly what their job and their role is. They know what their message is. They're good communicators, and they're on it every single day, expanding and doing new things and breaking through into the next realm and next territories. Okay, that resonates with me. That's where I want to be. So I said, okay, this year for 2023, I'm tuning out everybody else, and I'm gonna listen to these two guys. Now, for me, it's very hard.
So he's collapsing waves down. Let's go to part 3. Let's get it. All right, let's knock out part 3. Hopefully we can knock it out in part 3. We may actually do a 4th part. But let's jump into the testimony by my brother. This is part 3.
Okay, this year for 2023, I'm tuning out everybody else, and I'm going to listen to these two guys. Now, for me, it's very hard. My negative habit pattern that I really got to get out of is being able to listen to somebody else consistently on a regular basis. Being able to discipline my ass to listen to somebody, especially a specific person or single person, continuously. That's what discipleship is, right? Becoming disciplined by listening to somebody. Submitting to the voice, submitting to the word, to the thoughts of somebody else, because they have thoughts and words that you can't have because they've been to where you haven't been yet, and they've experienced what you haven't experienced yet. So they can just naturally communicate what you have no grid for yet. So if you want to get to where they're at, you literally have to open up and allow them to put their thoughts into your mind so that you can see and entertain things you don't have the capacity to know about because you've never experienced them. Okay, so in the instance of Dr. Will, Brother Will, I'm in his Millionaire Makers business training class for the year. Well, he's a millionaire and I'm not. I don't know how to think like a millionaire. Never been a millionaire. So I could either keep going around in circles trying to figure out or guess what it's like or use my vain imagination and speculation, or I can allow a millionaire to tell me how he thinks and put his thoughts in my mind, right? So I've taken one of his courses maybe like 2 years ago. Maybe it was like $1,000 or $1,500. It was a 30-day course. It was really powerful. I wasn't ready for the whole thing yet, but there's definitely some things that stuck with me till this day from that course. It became part of my grid. Months back, I was interested in like one course that he was getting ready to do. It was a 3 or 4 day class. And maybe it was like $300 at that time. And I didn't have the $300 to part with at that time. I really wanted it. I liked the information that was in it. I wanted to hear it. But I didn't have the $300 or $400 for that class at the moment. And why I'm bringing that up is I'm just showing like he does a lot of classes like that, you know, a couple $100, and it's just for a few sessions or classes or whatever. Well, when I decided before he even announced the Millionaire Makers business training thing for this year. And I already made the decision, okay, I'm tuning everybody else out, and I'm going to tune into Will and Kirby, that's it. And however long it takes me to fucking break myself and train myself to just quit and submit and listen to these two guys that are already where I want to be, that's what I'm going to do. a little bit of forceful authority, or everybody telling me what to do, everybody spanking me and paddling me from home and the school, everywhere, everybody trying to push me and force me, hit me, push me into a box and tell me what to do. I decided, fuck you, ain't nobody telling me what to do, and in all reality, I ain't really listened to nobody since.
Damn, that sounds just like me.
You know, finally left home, and then in the streets, and then in and out of jail, and then, you know, through the nations, and pioneering in Central America, and ain't nobody told me what to do. Now, every once in a while, I'll take counsel or advice from people, but nobody's telling me what to do, and nobody's telling me what to do. But I'm at this place in my life where I want to humble myself and have these mentors and let them tell me what to do. Let them tell me exactly what to do. And just say okay and take the information and implement it so that I can step into where I want to be, right? So the cool thing about what happened was once I made up my mind, all of a sudden I saw him start to post something about this Millionaire Makers training thing for this year. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And then I saw a few more posts, and it was $1,000. Now, I didn't have the $1,000, but I said, hey, I can give you $250 right now by faith, and if it's cool to give you over the next couple of months and pay it off. And he said, yep, send it. So for $1,000, I want you to understand this. So when I was doing life coaching with Joseph Wilson, I forget the exact amount because he gave me a deal. He knew that God was telling him that he was me, and I knew that he was supposed to help me too. But where I was at, he charged more than I normally would have. But let's just say, hypothetically, you would normally have to sign up for 8 sessions, and let's say they're $100, $150 a piece for a session. So you're locking in for a deal of at least about $1,000, right? It's spread out over a couple months. So Will Rogers had this deal for $1,000, and I said yes. And now every single day, for 360 days, there's a millionaire who's my favorite entrepreneur in the world, who stops his day and plugs in with us for about anywhere between an hour 15 and 2 hours every single afternoon, and just raw and uncut, holding nothing back, breaking all the sacred cows and telling you exactly what you need to know and what you need to do, holding nothing back or coddling you, and going with the deepest neuroscience, the deepest, mathematics, cosmology, everything that's not fucking milk and beginner baby shit, so that you can grow up and go farther and go deeper into your destiny and into the code of day, reprogramming your mind if you'll just sit down and listen and receive and agree every single day for a year. And on top of that, once I was in, he said, oh, I'm also going to give you all these other courses that I've already done, many other courses and resources and books and recordings and all this stuff that he's been doing over the years, because he's got like 300 books that he's written and buku courses over the years that he's been producing. And so the cool thing about digital assets and intellectual property, it doesn't cost you anything to give it away.
Bam.
So the more you make and stack up and catalog, and even though you keep making new programs and teachings and courses, when somebody comes into that, you could easily give them a whole bunch of extra added value because it's costing you absolutely nothing and you're over-delivering to them. And so that's what's happening. So now, for 360 days, every single day, I get direct training and reprogramming from a millionaire and master business coach, plus lots of extra resources and courses and classes and recordings and all this stuff from my extra study along the way. And it was all for $1,000. Okay, I just want you to think about the value that I magnetized into my life. I magnetized into my life because I knew what I wanted, and I didn't worry about the fact that I didn't have the money for it. I just knew what I wanted. And the opportunity and the way presented to me to not just have a life coach for a few sessions, not just take a 3-day, 4-day course, or even a 30-day intensive business course, but to have a personal business trainer every single day for a year, which is probably the only way somebody like me could actually break free from being so all over the place and inconsistent and undisciplined and being willing to, be taught, probably the only way that I'd be able to do it is having a long-term commitment that's no break every single day. So that's exactly, like Divine knew exactly what I needed. That's what I needed. My specific, favorite, highest goal attaining to this, what this mentor is doing business-wise, that's what I want to do. He's doing what I do, but 10 times ahead and greater, So I'm already resonating with where he's at. And now I've attracted into a one-on-one relationship every single day in my living room, sitting at my desktop, at my computer, the guy that I most resonate with, speaking directly into my brain and my subconscious mind, rewiring me with what he's picked up along the last 50, as well as giving me all his resources and books and classes and courses and everything.
Bam.
And establishing relationships.
Part 6.
It's still almost a year left, but the prices already went up to $2,000. Okay, and you can make payments, you can make monthly payments, you can make quarterly payments. There's options, but every month the price of the class is going to double. So it went from $1,000 to $2,000. It's going to go from 2 to 4. It's going to go from 4 to 8, 8 to 16. It's going to go all the way up to $25,000. And that might sound like a lot, but it's worth it. Because the question is, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? And if it can break you out of all the limitations and the lies and the programs that are keeping you bound and stuck in the 5-digit, 6-digit, and develop a program and a mindset mentality inside of you that only sees and believes that your value is 7 digits or greater, you're going to go there, and then the 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 are going to look like peanuts looking back in retrospect, and it's going to be like a joke. But for me, mine, it's going to be the fact that I got in for $8,000. I got in for just $1,000. I got in for just $250 because the rest will come and manifest, but I just needed the key to get in, $250. I got in for $250 into my highest ideal. Like literally, I couldn't have thought of anybody, because there's other millionaires, there's other trainers and people, but they don't resonate with me. You could tell me Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, all these different people, they don't resonate with me though. They're not it's not my cup of tea, it's not my flavor. Brother Will is my flavor. And so I magnetized and attracted a direct contact relationship with my highest ideal, entrepreneur-wise and business-wise, and I drew it into my life and opened the opportunity to step into the highest degree of relation and one-on-one training and discipleship just because I decided. So some of you need to decide that, damn, exactly what Dan's talking about, that's where I'm at. I need to check into this guy. And right now, well, at $2,000, I strongly suggest you hit him up and you talk about payment plans and tell him that Dan sent you.
All right, y'all. That's it for my boy, brother Daniel, man. Powerful testimony. I can sit here and talk about the benefits of the program and keep going, but you won't know until you get in. Take that leap of faith. I guarantee you this will be the best decision that you've ever made. Sign up today. Got any questions? Dr. Will Rogers 33@gmail.com. Email me. I'm going to see you inside the program. You can always click the link in the bio. Let's get it. Showtime.